People are and a fascinating clash between TAI Tzu Ying and Nozomi OKUHARA. I saw Okuhara's match yesterday and she was top class. She just dismantled Ratchanok Intanon in just over 40 minutes. Just looks like a big stage, doesn't it? Feels like a big stage here. Big crowd in, lights. Well, here's the original groups. You can see the players with greyed out are the ones who've been eliminated. And the standard is so high. No Intanon, no Sindhu, no He Bingjiao anymore. But we do have OKUHARA and TAI Tzu Ying, who met on Wednesday. That's the draw for the semi-finals. You'll see the second semi between Chen Yufei and Akane Yamaguchi. That is match number 4 today. But we're concentrating on TAI Tzu Ying against OKUHARA. OKUHARA beat TAI Tzu Ying on Wednesday in 3 games, but their head-to-head is very, very close. This is their career stats in total. TAI Tzu Ying, well over 500 matches. OKUHARA approaching 400, and she's only lost 95. That's extremely impressive. And as I say, she was terrific yesterday against Intanon. Has been at number 1 in the rankings, of course. TAI Tzu Ying is currently number 1 in the rankings.
It's amazing that TAI Tzu Ying has stayed as number 1 in the world for 147 weeks, compared to OKUHARA stayed 2 weeks as world number 1.
Let's have a look at how TAI Tzu Ying has performed this week. That was the match against OKUHARA, which she lost in 3 games, but came back to beat Ratchanok Intanon, having dropped the first game, and then comfortable against Bangrampan of Thailand. Just half an hour. And it shows you the strength and depth of this tournament as we look at OKUHARA. No Intanon, she's gone, no Sindhu.
World champion.
Tough, isn't it, to qualify?
It is very, very tough indeed.
Well, I watched her yesterday more. She was fantastic against Intanon. I've rarely seen Intanon so outclassed, but OKUHARA yesterday, as we look at her results, not lost a match yet.
Yeah, it was very crucial the first day against TAI Tzu Ying when she won 21-19 in that 3rd and final game.
Just dismantled Intanon in 40 minutes.
And for TAI Tzu Ying, it was very, very important to beat Intanon, because those two players, you know, they've been playing, the head-to-head was like 14-12. So,
yeah.
So it's a very tricky match for TAI Tzu Ying when she's playing Intanon.
So here comes TAI Tzu Ying, 25 now. And Okuhara following on behind. As I say, there's nothing in the head-to-head between these two. Pretty much the same age. There you go, nothing, 6-6. And that last meeting just a few days ago, which was very tight, as you can see.
This side. Receive first, sir.
Well, let's give you a bit more information about these two women, starting with TAI Tzu Ying, who I said is 25, ranked one, as Morten was telling you, for nigh on 3 years now. She has won 3 events this year: Malaysia, Singapore and Denmark. In fact, she beat Okuhara in 2 of those finals. What do you think, though, Morten? I mean, she's been #1 for so long, as you said, but until she wins either a world title or an Olympic gold medal, is it kind of, will she feel she hasn't quite fulfilled the potential or not?
I think so. I don't possibly think that she's thinking that, but I think the world is thinking that.
Yeah. And Okuhara, who is just a year younger than TAI Tzu Ying, ranked at 3, but after that a short burst at #1. Bronze at the Olympics in Rio. We're looking forward to the home soil games next year. She's got to 5 finals this year and lost a lot. The 3 Super 750s included in those, in Fuzhou, in Denmark and in Japan. Hao Longgu from China is the umpire here. And she has an Italian for company, the service judge's chair, Fabio Betta.
I must say, I actually got Okuhara down as having lost 6 finals this year.
Wow. Even more annoying.
Yes.
You're probably, are you including the World Champion? You're probably including the World Championship, are you, in that? In those 6?
Let me see. Yes, the World Championship is in that one.
So she got a silver in the World Championship. Yeah. So yeah, you're right, 6 in all, if you include that, and yet to lift a trophy. This would be a pretty good time to start. It's her last opportunity, obviously, of the year. And I'll tell you what, if she plays anywhere close to the performance she put up yesterday against Intanon, I think TAI Tzu Ying's going to have a real battle.
And maybe she's doing a repeat of what Sindhu did last year. She hadn't won a tournament last year, and then she won the finals at the end.
And in fact, you can say the same about Wang and Huang in the mixed doubles. They did that last year too. We're going to see them next. So maybe there's a pattern developing here.
On my right, TAI Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei. And on my left,
Well, if you can predict this one, you're a better man than I. But I just say, Okuhara was at an absolute peak yesterday. Quite brilliant. She got inside Intanon's head to a degree as well. It's not how you want to start. One of the great strengths of Okuhara's game, Morton, is the speed around the court, and it got to a point yesterday where Intanon was just getting so frustrated because she just couldn't find a way to get the shuttle past her. She was retrieving and recovering everything.
Yeah, she's getting a lot back. She's very, very quick on her feet. The thing is with Okuhara is that she's so steady.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the top level in the rally or on the day, other players are having a higher top level. So TAI Tzu Ying, if and when she's playing at her highest, even if Okuhara plays at her best, TAI Tzu Ying will be better. If Chen Yufei is playing at her very, very highest on the day, then the top level of Okuhara is not enough. She's extremely steady, and that's why she's doing so well on the world circuit. But if the opponent is playing her top game on the day, she is in trouble.
Well, let's see whether TAI Tzu Ying can raise her game to a level where she can ask some questions of Okuhara.
Yeah, the thing is that TAI Tzu Ying simply have to cut down on the unforced errors. We've seen this tournament she has played quite a lot of unforced errors, and if she can start cutting down on them, then of course we will see a TAI Tzu Ying at her very best.
That is over 4-1.
She beat Nozomi in both the Singapore Open final and the Denmark Open final this year. In fact, their rivalry goes a long way back. She beat the Japanese in the Hong Kong Open back in 2014. That's out. So they know quite a lot about each other's games. 13th meeting. Not that there are many secrets anymore with TV covering pretty much every match. Judgment.
It's over 5-2.
Won't be happy with that, but she's always a treat to watch, TAI Tzu Ying. So adventurous with her shot making. Great disguise. We'll see some of those fierce smashes, I'm sure. But she's pretty good at the net as well. But a fast start here for the Japanese.
That was a missed opportunity for TAI Tzu Ying in that rally. She really had a good opportunity at the net.
And it's exactly as you were saying, where Okuhara's been very steady. TAI Tzu Ying's made a few errors, and she finds herself 5 points behind early on.
And
now
here's
6.
That's an unforced error at this kind of level, and for TAI Tzu Ying, that's an unforced error.
No, I totally understand your explanation of Okuhara. She's at 90 the whole time, and TAI Tzu Ying can be at 100, but she can dip below that on occasions, and at the moment she is well below it.
Yes, she hasn't played her best for a little while. But she has had her fair share of injuries this year, TAI Tzu Ying. So she's been sort of struggling to make comeback after comeback after comeback, but look at that recovery there from Okuhara.
Yeah, I don't think too many players would have got to that.
No, that was really quick. And that forehand corner at the front of the court. And then she's missing, yeah, I would say almost an unforced error here. from Okuhara.
I think you could count the number of unforced errors she made yesterday on the fingers of one hand. Got that all wrong though. It's not just speed with Okuhara, she's got great agility around the court. She's phenomenally fit. You see her fitness levels don't drop once the match goes past 50 minutes or an hour. And that's why she makes life tough for so many opponents. And as Morten said, TAI Tzu Ying's going to have her A game today, and so far she hasn't. But early days still.
There is over 5-9.
Thought about sneaking over, changed his mind.
Yeah, the shot from TAI Tzu Ying was a little bit loose. It really gave a good chance for Okuhara. She missed it, that spinning net shot. Oh, that's a good shot from TAI Tzu Ying, and the sky's there, the net.
Well, Okuhara will be thinking, I couldn't have played two better clears than that, and still ended up losing the point.
7-9.
It's also interesting that TAI Tzu Ying was a slow starter in the match against Ratchanok Intanon in the group. She lost the first game 21-11, and then from there she really picked up nicely. So maybe that's a little bit of a pattern. She's got to work herself into the match.
Well, 4 straight points have put her right back in this first game. 8-3 behind at one stage, then 9-4 behind. Oh. Out of nothing, really. Okuhara produces an absolute gem of a shot. It's kind of a shake of the head of appreciation there from TAI Tzu Ying. She could do absolutely nothing about it. Well, it's good play again from the Japanese. And she has a little cushion at the interval.
Okuhara very, very solid when it comes to the finishes at the net on that backhand, what we see now. Trying to have a look at this one. In this tournament, I've noticed that this shot here, she is very, very good at.
Seconds.
そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。
Seconds.
そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。 Seconds. そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。 Seconds. そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。 Seconds. そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。 Seconds. そこをちゃんとしっかりいかないと。
Well,
7, 8. Play. That is over 9-11.
TAI Tzu Ying's the kind of player, when she's in the mood and in the groove, she can just reel off points in clusters. So Okuhara needs to be very wary. That was absolutely superb. By the time Okuhara realised that TAI Tzu Ying had taken all the pace off it was way too late. Didn't get a racket to it. Well, there you see, in just barely a minute, she's back on level terms, 3 straight points.
Okuhara looks a little bit shaken, I think. Just a little bit. She needs to get the rallies going. She needs to really physically challenge TAI Tzu Ying. And keep it going means also that's giving TAI Tzu Ying more opportunities to make mistakes. And sometimes we see that, just as you said, TAI Tzu Ying make clusters of winners, but she's also making clusters of mistakes.
Look how TAI Tzu Ying is moving her opponent around the court here. And kills her off. Great point from the woman from Chinese Taipei.
The reverse backhand there from TAI Tzu Ying. She is definitely oozing off confidence.
Yeah, there's always been a kind of artistic, unpredictable element to the way she plays.
Now, Okuhara have to be a little bit concerned because she's pushing shots out the back line and she's actually playing against the drift.
Remember, she was 9-4 up at one stage in this game, Okuhara, and now she's 15-11 down. So she's just won 2 of the last 13 points, which is extremely worrying for her.
Look at that.
Made it look unbelievably easy, and anyone who's ever played the game knows it's anything but a touch of that.
But even with such retrieving abilities as Okuhara, she's 2 steps away from it.
I don't think Usain Bolt would have got to that.
Probably not. Good play by Okuhara.
Needs to finish it off, though. She can. Well, she got the benefit of a TAI Tzu Ying error in the end, but she still finds herself on the wrong end of a scoreline that looked very improbable at one stage in this opening game. It's a handy little net cord there for Okuhara.
That's out. That's a good spinning shot. What a wonderful lift. I think that might have been wide of the sideline.
Well, it's been challenged. It was a terrific effort either way, and has it clipped the line?
Very, very close.
So Hawkeye pressed into service. Okuhara will be praying that it's outside. Did it touch the line? It did. Magnificent shot.
I really think that Okuhara is facing a serious problem now, because she's playing at the slow end of the court, and in my opinion she needs to pin TAI Tzu Ying to the back line to win, because when TAI Tzu Ying is getting to the front of the court, she is definitely better than Okuhara. So Okuhara needs to put TAI Tzu Ying at the back of the court. However, that's going to be very tricky when she's playing with a drift in the second game.
Well, she's trying to cling on in this opening game before she could think about that. Error from TAI Tzu Ying has just given her a glimmer of hope here. She's given her the point straight back. Good leave, and she's earned herself 5 game points. That's wide. So, first blood here. TAI Tzu Ying, 21 points to 15. And she was good value for it. Came from 9-4 down in that opening game.
It's really interesting to watch this not mid-game interval, but interval between the two games, because there was hardly a word spoken between coach and TAI Tzu Ying. There's hardly a word. Very, very interesting interval. But of course, having won 21-15 in such a style, maybe that's it.
I think I'd give her a 4-word bit of coaching, more of the same. I might say please at the end, but
yeah.
I mean, she was pretty good in that opening game, wasn't she?
She was, as she said, when she got going, there was nothing stopping her.
Yeah, gave Okuhara a start and came back and still won the game comfortably. Serving here. Obviously, she'd like to get this match won in straight games. Minimum exertion before the final tomorrow.
Yeah, and a good rest. But I think it proves my point that Okuhara, she can play to her very best. But the problem is that other players are having a level slightly higher than her on their good days. And that's what TAI Tzu Ying showed us here in the opening game.
Well, we've seen exactly that so far. Certainly in that first game. By the way, the second women's semi, Chen Yufei and Akane Yamaguchi, is match 4. Yeah. Misjudgment.
It's over 2-1.
That's out.
Yeah, it's a good leave. For a minute she thought of playing it and then realised it was drifting beyond the sideline. So she's got exactly the start she wanted, Okuhara, in this second game. Well, she'll be wary of what happened in the first game when she was well in front and got pegged back. Love the way TAI Tzu Ying drew her in there and then gave her no chance.
That was cleverly played down the line there from TAI Tzu Ying. A lot of players would go cross court, but they disguise, and that shot down the line was just outstanding.
I mean, it's almost as though Okuhara now has to play about as well as she can play and just hope that TAI Tzu Ying's level drops a little bit. Otherwise, you fear for her in the second game. Brilliant shot again from the world number 1. It's amazing. I mean, Okuhara looked at the scoreboard literally a minute ago. She was 4-1 up, and all of a sudden, that lead's been extinguished. Maybe Okuhara guilty of trying to force things a little bit. There's a look of extreme concern on Okuhara's face after this point. She is up against a real quality player here.
It's out.
Couple of terrific tries from TAI Tzu Ying in that rally. And just, you can hear when a shot comes right out the middle of the racket. I think she actually surprised Okuhara a couple of times with the speed of it. Okuhara, in the end, made the error.
She's got a perfect timing on her shot. She's really hitting the sweet spot. Okuhara should really try, again, I have to say, inverted commas, trying to bore TAI Tzu Ying as much as possible. And that she can do by really trying to pin her to the back line.
Yeah, try and prolong some of these rallies and
yes,
force a mistake. Instead, she's the one making them. Well, she's challenged that. I don't think there is a cat in hell's chance of this being overturned, but we'll see. If this is a successful challenge, I'll definitely on the way to the opticians on Monday morning.
Then I will join you.
Yeah. Less said about that challenge, the better, I think. But it maybe gives us an idea of you know, where her mindset is. She's been a bit shaken up here mentally by TAI Tzu Ying's play.
Yeah, I think you're right in the sense that it was more like a tactical challenge, trying to sort of recuperate a bit and get back into it. But now we saw this shot towards the net. Just took the top of the tape, stayed on the wrong side for her. That's how she should play. We saw two deep into the deep forehand corner, then one deep shot into the backhand corner here. And suddenly the mistake is coming from TAI Tzu Ying. Pin her to the back line is definitely the best option that Okuhara has got at the moment. And that's another mistake.
Yeah, Okuhara sure realises that she doesn't have to play a welter of winners herself to win a game. If she can frustrate TAI Tzu Ying into making errors, the scoreboard might have a different look. Easier said than done, though.
Yes. Very much easier said than done.
However, she's come back from 9-5 to 9-8. And that's off the back of not actually having hit a winner herself, but just prolonging the rally. Just giving her opponent an opportunity to make the error.
But that can be a good tactic as well.
Well, that's absolutely stunning. That was arrow straight down the line. Okuhara wasn't very far away from it, but she had absolutely no chance. Almost passed her before she could react. So it's going to be a narrow lead for Okuhara at the mid-game interval. So still plenty left in this match.
现场的观众朋友们，本次比赛，中国羽协推出了对羽毛球爱好者及运动员所开放的注册系统。只要你扫描屏幕上方的二维码，关注中国羽毛球协会官方微信公众账号，并注册会员，就可以通过平台报名参与羽毛球协会组织的各项官方赛事，并可获得相应的赛事积分排名。新人注册。
20 seconds. Play.
Oh, she's hitting these lines with a regularity that will seriously concern her Japanese opponent. The shuttle never wavered. Great net play from both of them. And the lift to mid-court was really all that TAI Tzu Ying could do, put away by Okuhara.
Yeah, but I honestly think it's a little bit bad anticipation here from Okuhara. She's playing a beautiful spinning net shot, and she knows the only answer that TAI Tzu Ying has got is that cross-court at the net, and still she's getting a little bit late on it. Then she's playing a perfect spinning shot, getting the short lift and winning it, yes, but she could have possibly tapped it and won it earlier.
Well, points are becoming very precious at this stage to Nozomi Okuhara. Once again, maybe guilty of trying to go for a difficult winner too early in the rally. And there's another error. And all of a sudden, there's a little gap on that scoreboard. That's well played, though, by the Japanese. A little bit more proactive in that rally. Oh, very late decision. It doesn't usually work when you hesitate like that. So good little revival here from Okuhara from 15-12 down. Got herself on terms. Okuhara finds herself on the deck again for the second time in the space of a couple of minutes.
That's 2 return of service mistakes within a very short while. She played that into the net, and here we have number 3. And that's mistakes that Okuhara cannot afford to do. 3 service return errors here from Okuhara in the last 5-6 minutes.
Still wouldn't completely rule out.
No, but I agree. However, she cannot afford it. Can you believe she hasn't done it?
Yeah.
That's out.
So, TAI Tzu Ying inching towards the finish line here.
Yeah, she has played a fantastic game today. I think she's really brought her A game today, TAI Tzu Ying.
Can she finish it off here? Just the wrong side of the sideline. She knew there was no point asking Hawkeye. It was clearly out. So just concentration the key here for the world number 1.
Oh, that's a good shot.
That's drifted long, and here are 3 match points for a place in the final. That was a gutsy shot from Okuhara at match point down.
Yeah, nice disguise there from the Japanese player.
We'll try and make TAI Tzu Ying work for this point. Save 1, 2 to go. Well, there it is, 21-18. Just didn't reach the levels of yesterday, Okuhara, but TAI Tzu Ying, magnificent. And she's going to take some beating in the final. Should be a classic match tomorrow against Chen Yufei or Yamaguchi. But it's thumbs up for the world number 1. And hugely appreciated by a big crowd here in Guangzhou. A great attacking display, and Okuhara just didn't have an answer to it this afternoon. (21:15), 21:18. The match time 40 minutes even. So well played, TAI Tzu Ying. Why wouldn't she be absolutely delighted with that display? So we'll see her again in the final tomorrow afternoon. Coming up much before that, though, it's the second mixed doubles semi-final. Wang Yiliu and Huang Dongping, defending champions here, against Pua Ranvikroh and Theratanachai of Thailand in just a moment.